All right, normally the vlogs we've done in the past were happy, goofy little things. This one's not gonna be happy or goofy. Hurricane Helene hit, might be the worst hurricane to ever hit North Carolina, I don't know, but it hit the mountains of all places, and they're not ready because, like one person living there said, how can we prepare for it? People said, why didn't you prepare? It's like asking people in Kansas, why didn't you prepare for a tidal wave? Hurricanes don't hit the mountains. So this one did. Some dams broke, and is massive devastation. This started out as simply trying to help a friend of ours named Charles Myers. Charles Myers lives in 96 South Carolina. Now 96 South Carolina was in the path of the hurricane, and it got hit pretty bad. Now what we decided to do was go down there and help him, but right when we were about ready to go, he let us know that he no longer needed our help. And so from that point, we decided, what can we do now? Out in western North Carolina, there was serious damage, but now it was getting worse. The rain had stalled over it, and the dams broke, and the water kept flooding. There was nowhere for the water to go, and entire cities were wiped out, removed from the face of the earth. Now, our Robin Sage team decided we ought to do something, and initially started we were going to help Samaritan's Purse, because Samaritan's Purse was one of the organizations that was actually up there working and getting things done. The federal government wasn't there, but Samaritan's Purse was.
When I saw those orange shirts come onto the property, I really hadn't cried until I saw them step off that truck. The love and the compassion, the care and the concern with everything they did was just amazing.
Now, what happened next was the guy who was the guerrilla leader for our Robin Sage team, known as the Christian Rangers, Micah. Now, Micah said, hey, I decided I'm going up, and we're going to meet at this one place in Burnsville, North Carolina. And initially, it was kind of confusing because we didn't know we were still doing things with Samaritan's Purse or not, but we decided to go up on our own. The entire operation was formed in about 24 hours. So, the group that I do Robin Sage with, Special Forces, Delta, a handful of Marines, some Rangers, we're all going to go, and we're bringing horses, we're bringing mountain bikes, and we're bringing four-wheelers. We're setting up a base camp in the middle of, smack dab in the middle of the worst part of it. From there, we're going to branch out and try to help people or try to recover people, one of the two. But this is going to be a vlog for historical purposes, so we can see what it'll look like and what we find. Now, so far, this whole thing, we came up with the idea about 24 hours ago. And in 24 hours time, we already have people on the ground there, and we're going to be leaving tomorrow with my group. And we have camp necessities, such as a stove and things like that. We're also bringing water, gas. I got 4 cans of gas and 1 can of diesel. So we're bringing that too. Whatever we don't use while we're there, we'll give to the people there because they're hurting for everything. Unfortunately, FEMA was late. I don't know why. It's an election year, but I'm surprised that Biden and Kamala didn't react quicker, but they decided to go to the vacation. But that doesn't matter. By the time this vlog gets put out, if it does get put out, it'll be after the election. So this isn't political now. It's just, we're annoyed more than anything else. And that's one of the reasons why we are going, because nobody else is doing anything. It's up to us to help out our fellow North Carolinians. All right, we have started. Today is October 3rd. October 3rd is the anniversary of the Mogadishu in Somalia, and the 2nd Ranger Battalion's having their 50th anniversary this weekend, and the 3rd Ranger Battalion is having their 40th anniversary this weekend. But for us, we're going to go out west and help out. Now, what's interesting about this story is the entire crew that's going out here is the same guys we work with in Robin Sage. They're all former Special Forces, Rangers, 82nd Airborne, Delta Force guys. And so about a day and a half ago, They were angry because nothing is being done, and FEMA hadn't showed up. They have now, but that's also, the hurricane was September 30th, and it's October 3rd, so it took them that long to show up. But they weren't showing up. So because they weren't showing up, we just said, you know what, we're going to do it. So we are going into the worst hit area. If you look at the map of the most rainfall, there's like a big area that's all black and purple. We're going in the middle of that. So we're going into the abyss. And what we're doing is we've already set up a base camp and in the middle of a parking lot in Burnsville, North Carolina. And now everybody is heading there. We just set up a chain of command. We're just making this stuff up, but we set up a chain of command. We're going to be doing patrols out on horses and four-wheelers. In fact, behind us, you can't really see it back there, but that's a trailer behind us. It's got 2 horses in it. It's Bert's horses. Me, Bert, and Sean Towns in the back seat there. We're heading out, but we're just 3 of about 30 guys. And we're going to be there for about a week and try to help people, try to get them out of the rubble, and also recover bodies. All right, we just stopped for gas, trying to get gas before we get to the actual site. We're in contact with the area. So far, they've set up a helicopter zone. We also got a church that one of us knows they set up a collection plate and gave $400. So we're doing pretty good. I think we're doing better than FEMA. All right, we were heading north out of Marion, and a roadblock stopped us. Said you can't. When we said we're going to Burnsville, the cop went, it's like, holy shit, man, you're walking into the abyss, ain't you? You're right, we are. But anyway, he said you can't get there from here because there'll be dragons. So we had to turn around, and we're heading back. Now, this is the road north of Marion. It's kind of clear, but we got to head back to the interstate. We got to go through Asheville. Now, if we can't do that, we're going to start figuring out how to go across the land like a bunch of goddamn pirates. But we're going to get there. All right, we've been driving since about 10. And we are 3.5 miles away from our destination. And we got another roadblock.
It's not a roadblock.
Oh, no, it's just the bridge is messed up. So they're making people go slow and work their way around.
The bridge has gone from 4 lanes to 2 lanes.
Yeah, and they got to go over the curb.
Seriously flooded out right now.
Yeah. You can see down there they're working on the banks, shoring them up.
This flood went, yeah, this is crazy. Just in case.
So, bro, we have arrived. Woo! We're in the parking lot.
That's what I wanted you.
And this is ground zero for the recovery. The Roses department store. This is one of many. There's a lot of other ones. There's an Ingalls that has a ground zero, and then there's this. Right now, we're linking up with the other horse guys and putting our horses in a corral.
They have an emergency management facility. It's the central hub for emergency management, right? They have a church, they have 3 firehouses, right, that are also doing emergency management, but the central hub for everything.
Now, when we initially got there, we were all carrying firearms. Everybody had firearms. The parking lot was full of people with guns. Now, why is that? Because all the initial reports we were told, and we got this from the people there, we got it from the Cajun Navy, was that there were looters and there were armed people robbing from the different, trying to distribute the supplies and stuff.
Here's number one. If you have friends or family that are headed into the mountains or who live there, the looting has picked up major steam. I was advised yesterday by a county sheriff to make sure that anybody out and about is carrying, and in his words, carrying with the safety off. There are very aggressive people out there, and I'm just going to go ahead and say this. It's not because they're necessarily awful. They're desperate. Desperate people do desperate things, y'all. And why are they desperate? Because there's no water in some of these communities. We have neighbors in North Carolina with no water. And all I can say is this: the government ain't coming to save you. Not now, not ever, because they don't care about you, the people, anymore. It is the citizens who are going to have to step it up.
Now, this isn't a problem. North Carolina is an open carry state. You can walk around with a pistol on your hip. You can walk around with an AR slung on your shoulder. As long as you are not terrorizing the public or endangering people's lives, you're good to go. All right, It's nighttime. I guess the curfew has finally set in. The parking lot is the base of operations. It's up there. Down here we have the horses. We found out there's people trying to deliver supplies. We're linked up with something called the Cajun Navy, but we're trying to do supplies. And as they try to bring in the supplies, there's people with guns that rob them and won't let them come in anymore. So we are going to be a force protection unit to get the supplies through. I swear this is just like Somalia. There's a lot of crooked people walking around stealing shit. So we have armed security. We've got everybody here. Everybody in the parking lot has got a gun or a pistol. We're going to go out and start tomorrow. We have actually set up a chain of command. We've got S2, Sergeant Major, Commander, and I end up being security. So I'm going to be the one guarding most of the stuff in the parking lot. That's our trailer up there. That's the base of operations. And then we're going to be down here in the low ground with the horses. But tomorrow we begin our adventure.